This is Paw Print, an animal rescue community, episode 75. I'm Harold Ree.
I'm Nancy Ree.
All right, today we're going to say thank you, everybody, for listening to our Pitbull series. We had a total of 7 guests, wonderful guests, so please check them out. And we also had a couple bonus tracks, so I think really a total of 9 episodes that you can listen to, all related to pit bulls. Today we're going to talk about our fosters, recently adopted, and ones that we currently have, KD, Curry, and a new one, Phelps. And if we have time, we'll talk a little bit about the Montreal pit bull ban, something that they're voting on very, very shortly. So, Nancy, you want to talk about KD? Maybe talk about KD and...
Yes. KD was a terrier, a scruffy terrier. He was extremely popular. He ended up getting 14 applications. It was heartbreaking that I could only select one person to adopt him. I didn't have a chance to get to all the applications. I looked at the first few, and they were all excellent applications. So the only thing I could do was do the fair thing and go with the person who turned in their application the earliest. I didn't know this at the time, but in hindsight, I ended up choosing a family that had an only child, an only son. They wanted to get KD for their son. It turned out that when we first adopted our dog, it was for our son, who was also an only child. So there was the parallel there. But
the circle of life.
Yes. So I guess it was meant to be.
All right, great. You want to give a quick update on Curry?
Curry has been with us for, at
least 2 months.
Over 2 months. I think we're approaching 3 months. And I know he started out a very tough case. He was completely shut down at the shelter to the point where we couldn't even take him out of the kennel unless you forcibly lifted him up. In a matter of weeks, he blossomed. He's on the verge of becoming a social butterfly. I would say he is a social butterfly now because I take him out hiking on the trail. And before, when we first got Curry, if you're a Warriors fan, you may notice the names Curry and KD. Curry is after Stephen Curry, and KD is named after the newest Warrior, Kevin Durant, the superstar. So we're really excited about that. But anyway, Curry, when he's out on the trail, I put him off leash. I take the leash off, and he just takes off and comes back, and he goes up to people, which is unheard of because when we first got him, if you got within 10 feet of him, he was so tense and nervous that he would pee. So that's how scared he was of people. And
now he's a social butterfly. He invites people over. They play video games. They make a mess. We were actually getting a little sick of him.
He's a total party animal. But for some reason, he's had a few people interested, but they keep falling through. And he is the easiest dog in the world. I have to say, he does not have separation anxiety. He goes into his crate. He's quiet. He does not bark while in the crate. He sleeps all night. He eats well. He loves playing with other dogs. Whereas KD did have separation anxiety, but it's just, I guess it's a visual thing. People love those scruffy terriers.
Well, speaking of scruffy dogs, you want to talk about our latest dog, Phelps?
Yes, our latest dog, Phelps, in keeping with the athlete, named after Michael Phelps. And he is a Shih Tzu mix, 18 pounds. Mostly white with a little bit of beige. Really cute.
Beautiful dog.
Yeah, he's a beautiful dog, but he's another one that was not doing well at the shelter. He was growly and nippy. He had a lot of interest because he's a beautiful dog, but he kept growling and getting nippy with potential adopters. So he kept getting passed until I went and pulled him.
He loves Nancy. He does get a little nippy with me and our son. What is required is essentially, a strong personality. You need to show him that you are a leader. You're in charge. You don't have to be mean. I do ask him to sit, and I give him a nice treat when he sits down, and I think now he gets it, although he still when I come to the house after work, he still gets a little jumpy on me. So you just have to keep on reinforcing a little bit of discipline with him. And I think he's more than willing. I mean, he's a very good student. So.
Oh, he is a sweetheart. He's definitely not a hostile dog.
No.
Not a grouchy dog because he's a Shih Tzu, he has a ton of hair. And he had this gunky stuff on the inner corner of both eyes. And he actually let me snip it off with scissor. Any dog that will allow you to get a scissor that close to his eyeballs is not a hostile dog.
I won't even let Nancy near me
Yes.
with scissors. So,
And it's not so much aggressiveness or hostility with him. I think he just needs to be taught some manners, and that happens a lot with a lot of the shelter dogs because they were either a breeding dog and they were kept in small cages all their lives, sometimes for 7, 8, 11 years, which is really sad. But they have never been taught any manners, or some of them don't even know how to walk properly. We don't know what his backstory is, but he just needs to be taught some manners, not to growl at everybody.
thanks for those updates. And maybe let's talk a little bit about the Montreal potential pit bull ban. And this is coming up on, I believe, Monday, which would be Monday the 26th in Montreal. They are potentially going to be voting for a pit bull ban. Now, a couple things to note. One is that there are pit bull bans in some very large population centers, including Denver, Colorado, Miami-Dade County, Florida, and the province of Ontario, as well some U.S. Armed Forces, some branches or parts of U.S. Armed Forces also have their own sort of aggressive dog, pit bull dog type of bans. But remember, if you've listened to any of our Pit Bull series episodes, a couple things. One is that pit bulls are just wonderful dogs. Wonderful, wonderful dogs. And in general, when you look at the effectiveness of bans on dogs, doesn't have to be pit bulls, can be any dog, really the effectiveness is not convincing. When you look at the statistics, whether it's dog bites, statistics don't really hold up to supporting bans. And because of that, we truly believe that we hope that Montreal does not pass any breed-specific legislation or pit bull bans, anything like that. So we just send positive thoughts to our friends in Montreal. And finally, just want to say for our pit bull series, if you remember, we were giving away a 5-pack of books, including Bronwyn Dickey's wonderful book, Pitbull, which you should definitely read. Our winner, is Melinda. Melinda wrote a very nice review of our show. And so thank you, Melinda. We'll be reaching out to you and sending you a 5-pack of books. Anything else that we want to talk about?
Adopt, don't shop.
Adopt, don't shop. Thanks, everybody. Support your local animal rescue organization. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Paw Print is a production of EVER Education.
You can't handle the truth.